Hey everybody, this is Mike here, doing this quick vlog about Batman Arkham Knight and the issues the game has been having. I haven't played the game yet I don't have a current gen console and I haven't bought it on PC, mostly because I don't meet the minimum requirements on at least video card. We'll get to that in a second. So the game launched, I believe, like midnight last night, and it's been plagued with severe issues for both NVIDIA and AMD users. People are, writing in about terrible frame rates, stuttering, sound bugs, crashes, and various other problems. It looks like also that the game has been locked on the PC at 30 frames per second. This can be changed, however, by going through and editing an INI file in the game's files and changing it from 30 to 60, or I think even unlocking it. However, or unlocking it to be more than 60. However, I'm also reading that people are apparently having issues when they actually go in and unlock the frame rate. For some reason, just a few hours before launch, the system requirements were changed at like the very last minute for video card on AMD. A lot of articles claim there was no AMD video card requirement, but I'm pretty sure on the Steam page a few weeks ago it was listed as having an AMD. I believe it was a 7870 with 2 gigs of RAM was the minimum. I Obviously that's been taken down. I'm not sure if the 7870 was, maybe I was looking at a different game, but I remember seeing a 7870 listed for Arkham Knight. However, they changed the video card from what I remember being as a 7870 to a 7950. Originally, it was supposed to have 2 gigs of video RAM, and now it's requiring 3 gigs of video RAM. I believe the NVIDIA video card stayed the same. It still requires 2 gigabytes of video RAM, but there was no change on the AMD or on the NVIDIA side of that. So the NVIDIA system requirements stayed the same. The AMD video card requirements are now a 7950 with 3 gigabytes of RAM. Also, if people pre-ordered this game for AMD with these 7870 in mind, those users are now apparently out of luck. Luckily, they can get a Steam refund, but it's kind of a dick move to change the system requirements literally hours before the game releases, especially if for some reason there was no AMD card listed. Again, I said I swear I saw a 7870 listed. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw that card listed for this game. Even during the Steam summer sale when I was just browsing the Batman sale that they had on for Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Origins, and they were also pushing the pre-orders for Arkham Knight. Apparently, the game also uses GameWorks, which AMD claims hinders optimization. I'm not exactly sure if that's just AMD talking or if that's actually true, but they say it creates a lot of problems when trying to go in and create drivers for these new AAA games. And they say it's possibly anti-competitive. I don't know if it is anti-competitive from a legal standpoint, but if it does hinder AMD from doing if it unintentionally or intentionally hinders AMD from optimizing the game, I mean, that's kind of bad for everybody, pretty much. But also, a lot of people, even with GeForce GTX 980s, I remember reading on some reviews, some people running, some very high-end video cards in SLI were still running into the bad frame rates and the stuttering. Like I mentioned, people now, there is at least is an option for a Steam refund if you bought this game and now either the system requirements changed or you played the game and it was unplayable. If you have played it for less than 2 hours and it's within 14 days of release, which it just released, so they should be fine to be able to get a refund on this. However, this game had multiple delays, multiple problems. They canceled the collector's edition like a week before the game came out. People were supposed to get, I believe it was the game, like an art book, some DLC, and a Batmobile, like a model Batmobile or a statue Batmobile. That apparently got canceled. But the game had multiple delays, and apparently the game runs very well on PS4. I think that's what a lot of people are reviewing on is the PS4. There apparently, as of right now, is no review copy or review code for PC, probably just because of how unoptimized it is and the issues it's causing. But if that's the case, and the PC version obviously wasn't ready to release, why not just push the release back toward the fall because in the fall it's releasing on Mac, Linux, and Steam OS. They could have just released all the computer versions then, and then wait and then release the Xbox One and PS4 versions now because those seem to be like they're ready to go and good. So just one more delay I don't think would have hurt. Another thing is Rocksteady is not behind the port of the game of the PC version. Another company called Iron Galaxy Studios is behind the PC version, and Rocksteady has actually made a statement saying that they're working with them to try to get the game fixed. I've never heard of Iron Galaxy Studios, so I'm sure they've done other ports, but if I were Rocksteady, I would be really pissed right now because there's a lot of fans that are very upset over how this has been handled on PC. It's fine on consoles, and like I mentioned, a delay probably would have helped. And Shigeru Miyamoto, has had a quote. I don't know the context or when he made this quote or what the quote was in reference to, if they were delaying a game. But the quote is, "A delayed game is eventually good. A bad game is bad forever." This is probably so obviously made maybe during the cartridge era, where if you released a bad game, that was it. There was no way to really fix it, and you couldn't go in and patch anything or fix bugs. If you released a buggy game or a broken game, it remained broken. That's a little less true now because companies can, push down, day one patches and updates throughout, years until after the game comes out to make sure it runs. However, that shouldn't be the norm. A company should try to release a game in as much of a playable state as possible and not rely on day one fixes unless it's some last minute bug they found. It seems like these companies now will just, push a game out even if it's not ready, and then hope that customers will be willing to wait however many days, weeks, months to get the game running. That's kind of dangerous because a lot of companies first impressions are important. So I did not play Arkham Origins. I have it on Steam. I haven't played it yet, but I played Arkham Asylum on 360 and Arkham City on 360. And those games seemed very polished. However, I remember reading there were issues with the PC ports, I believe, of at least, people said Arkham City had issues and so did Arkham Origins. But for people that, maybe this is their first Arkham game, maybe they didn't play the other three, and they're playing it on PC and getting all these issues, that may sour them on the entire series, maybe even sour them on Rocksteady as a developer, even though Rocksteady, like I mentioned earlier, didn't have anything to do with the port. They handed the port off to Iron Galaxy Studios, and then Iron Galaxy Studios, worked on it, and I think then released it. But they should have tested the port after Iron Galaxy Studios. I mean, this is Rocksteady I'm referring to. They should have tested it, made sure it worked, and then released it. Or what they should have done, saw that it wasn't ready to come out, delayed it, got the bugs fixed, and maybe released it with the other computer versions. Changing company to a PC port. The console version, like I mentioned, is doing very well, and so that shows to me that this is not like an Assassin's Creed Unity kind of issue, where I believe Unity was one build of the game that they ported to every platform, would be PS4, 3, or PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And it looks like at least for Arkham Knight, there is dedicated builds for at least a console build and a PC build. So hopefully that'll get fixed out or get fixed pretty soon. Another issue people are complaining about is those of you that bought NVIDIA cards and that it included a copy of Arkham Knight, you will not be getting the Harley Quinn DLC if that's the version you have. So the Arkham or the Harley Quinn DLC was available for pre-orders, and apparently if you have the free version, you're not going to get that. And also, the only way to get that now, I believe, is if you buy the season pass, which is another $40. So you're looking at like $100 or $99.99 to get the game and the season pass if you want the Harley Quinn DLC and didn't pre-order it and got the free version from NVIDIA when you bought, like, it was like a video card bundle that came with a couple games. So, not looking so good for Arkham Knight right now. Hopefully, they get these bugs fixed and get the game patched as soon as possible. I know there are some people that are playing on NVIDIA hardware that are having no issues yet. That's cool. I mean, I'm reading though that a lot of NVIDIA users as well as AMD users are having problems. So if you have the game and if you have comments, put them in the comments below. If you're being able to run the game, if you're not being able to run the game, if you bought the game and got a refund, let me know. I'm interested to hear what you got to say. And if you like this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.